Hey everybody, this is Murray, John Collins, and Tommy G coming to you live from Gibson's Restaurant at an event in Chicago where we're releasing our Inner Badass and Getting Money. And John had an interesting story to share with someone he works with, and I think everyone ought to be watching this.
I was lucky enough to be on vacation recently with a good buddy of mine who I've known for years. And at the end of the trip, we just happened to find ourselves, after a very fun and relaxing evening, on our way to basically retire. And we sat down with a cocktail, and he really opened up to me that, to some extent, what he is doing currently right now in his career, in the long run, it's not really going to be working out for him, and he's really looking to find something else.
To be clear, this is your day job.
Yeah.
Your co-worker on your day job.
That's right. And it's verbatim, it's killing him. And we talked at length, and I shared with him my experience, and at first I could tell that he's extremely interested, but he's just not entirely clear as to what the opportunity is. Because, and obviously this is at the end of the night, so I had a couple cocktails I made. I was telling him, the grand vision here, if you will, of what all these people from all over the world are doing. And so I did have a little trouble, conveying it. But as Tommy was saying, he
has something that a lot of people, his friends going through, and what John's been going through himself, and I have too. Everybody, you have a job, and walking into a job, even if you love the job or something like that, if it's tied directly to your time and your energy, you're going to get burned out. Whether it be 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, if you go in and you have to sit down and look at a computer screen or something like that and say, all right, the next 20 years, this is what I'm doing, that sucks. You're going to, that's nothing to get you motivated, and that's what a lot of people get depressed, overstressed, and things like that. Whereas what we've all agreed to do, we've realized that we don't want that. So, and everybody else in our team, is that we've made a decision to where we're doing little things daily, working on something that's going to separate us from time and money, to where we're independent of that, to where we're getting closer to not turning that stress level down. Right now it's real high, but what we're doing, because we made a decision, was to turn that dial down so that we can, do more trips like this and get together and enjoy our friends, family, loved ones, more often. It's just because you got to have that little something extra that you're doing. Yeah. It's hard in the beginning because you have a lot of responsibilities, but the payoff is invaluable.
That's true. Well put.
It's all dependent, how much do you value your time? That's what it's worth.
Yeah. Now, John, let me ask you this, John.
Okay.
In your day-to-day corporate gig, how many people do you run across that you work with? Do you feel deep down really like what they're doing, or do they really would like to try something else? Find something else. Deep down, do you think people are really happy doing what they're doing?
Deep down, I believe some of them enjoy what they're doing, but they're just looking at the near term. They're not really looking at what the long term holds for them. And again, when you work for a really big corporation, anything can happen. The company could be great, but depending upon family circumstances, you may need to move or what have you. Anything can happen, and you're not working for yourself. My buddy, the one thing that totally appealed to him, financial freedom is one thing, and by all means, we all want that. But what really appealed to him was the personal growth opportunities, and the mental and spiritual growth, and the different kind of trainings that are provided along those lines, and mentoring with, again, people who from all over the world, big 6-7 figure earners who have been there, done that, and they're not only sharing with you their financial freedom roadmap to success, but also the mental, spiritual, daily, routine that you can do wherever you are in order to be able to shift your mindset and achieve and really reach those goals and dreams that you never thought you could achieve before.
That's awesome. Listen, I'm going to tag on to that. So I want to ask anybody who's watching this video, if you just heard what John said, that we are getting opportunity to share the knowledge of million-dollar earners. People from all walks of life are sharing their vision, they're sharing their knowledge, they're sharing how they got to where they're doing. I want to ask you guys, how many million-dollar earners in the companies you work for share how they got to where they're going with you so you can get to where they are? Does that ever happen in any corporate company in the friggin' country? Zero. Nada. In the corporate world, people are out for their own good. Generally. And the higher up you go, the greater percentage of assholes there are. Believe me, I've done research. I've got empirical data. So you can work, at somebody else. You can work for somebody else and have their destiny in your hands when everybody's, looking out for their own good. Or you can look at something else where everybody shares everything. Everyone's rowing the boat in the same direction. Do you think you're going to get to where you want to go faster in this hand or in this hand? All right. So I want you to pick the hand.
And who was it yesterday that said they looked at his check and said it would have taken him 46 years? It was Vic, right?
We were at there's a picture. I took a picture of the guy's check. This guy made in 90 days more in one check than he would have in his previous job in 46 years. He did the math. 46 years in 90 days. It wasn't even a year. And not everybody does that. That guy was off the charts, but that's the potential that's there. And not only that, this guy is telling everybody how he did it. He's sharing it. He's free with it. He's not trying to hide it. He's not trying to hold everybody back for his own benefit, because I'm still going. Yeah. Thank you, though. Thank you. See, when you're in this business, you get to enjoy these cool perks of these cool restaurants with these great waiters and these great steak sandwiches. But anyway, does the people in your corporation really help you get to where you want to go, or do you want to control your own destiny? Work with a bunch of people who really, like-minded people. Have you met anybody in this company that has not shared anything with you, Tommy? Have you met anybody in this company that is not willing to give their time?
It's an open book, but it's when you get to the events, it's all an open book.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, I don't know where you're watching this, whether it's on a website or an email or whatever, and I don't know whose site it is, and I don't care. What we care about is there's a link below somewhere to click to put in your email and learn more information about how we're doing, what we're doing, how this one guy made in 90 days what he made in 46 years, and how you can do that too. And don't miss this opportunity. I mean, think about what you really want to do long term. Work with us. We'll see you on the other side. Do it now. Get money.